This is Paul for Redneck Sports. I believe that everybody should win in life, or at least attempt to. The first three maxims of General Robert Nealon's game maxims, I believe apply to everybody. The team that makes the fewest mistakes will win. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. If at first the game or the breaks go against you, don't let up. Put on more steam. Welcome to the channel. Now let's discuss some sports. Oh, and if you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment. And I've got a link tree down below that's got my social media, and it has my Patreon if you want to help out. Thank y'all. So, as I do every week, we're going to discuss 5 games that have college football playoff implications. They have conference implications because at this point, conference implications are important. And we're going to discuss which one of these teams, or we're going to discuss how each one of these teams could win, could lose. We're not going to go super into detail, but we're going to discuss each one of these. So, stand by. Enjoy the ride. We're going to discuss some Week 11 football games that you should pay attention to. Oh, by the way, I normally discuss Group of 5, but yeah, no, they're other than Boise State, none of them's going to get into the college football playoff. Most of them are playing weirdly, like even worse than before. I mean, I know Army's undefeated, but they're going to get beat. And so, no Group of 5 here. This is all power conferences here. First game we're going to discuss is Georgia and Ole Miss. Now, Ole Miss has got a better quarterback. Jackson Dart, 3 interceptions on the year. Carson Beck's got 11. Georgia has got a worse run game. Trevor Etienne, 89 rushes, 5.1 yard average, 7 TDs. Whereas Ole Miss's Henry Parrish, 130 rushes, 5.2 average, 10 TDs. I mean, on top of that, rushing yards per game, Georgia's sitting at 189th in the nation, and Ole Miss is sitting at 80th. Receiving, Arian Smith for total yards per game. Ole Miss is second in the nation. Georgia's 53rd. It looks like on paper that that Ole Miss is a much better team. It does. Until you look at Georgia's 7-1 and Ole Miss is 7-2, and the losses were Kentucky and LSU. Whereas Georgia has only lost to Alabama. Yeah, I'm going to say Georgia's going to win this game, but it's going to be a hard-fought game. That what we saw against Florida, Georgia's beatable, but we'll see. We will see. Here's a game that's important every year. Depending on how certain games go the rest of the season, Alabama's still in the mix, LSU's still in the mix. So, number 14 Alabama is going to be at number 16 LSU. Which Alabama is going to show up? Which LSU is going to show up? This is a situation of we don't know. Is it going to be the Alabama that has Tennessee calling them going, who's your daddy? Or is the LSU going to show up that lost to Texas A&M, lost to USC? The USC loss is the stupidest loss out of the bunch. At least Texas A&M is still respectable. USC is not respectable. Vandy's at least respectable. Tennessee is definitely respectable. Vandy is just a scary team, period, to everybody right now. Yeah, they're 3-2, but well, okay, 3-2 in the conference. They're 6-3. They're bowl eligible. It's not like Vandy isn't respectable right now. So, which team's going to show up? That's the question. Which team is going to show up? Do I think that Alabama wants it more? Yes. I think that they realize that they need to quit having the season that they're having. They need the fans, all the players understand what the fans want. Brian Kelly, though, has a lot of people looking at him. Why are you losing these games? Why are you, you know? So we're going to see. Alabama is not going to be in the conference championship. LSU is still well in the driver's seat to go to the SEC conference championship. So we're going to see. I honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's just for the simple fact of that LSU has got more to lose. I'm going to go with LSU on this one, but we'll see. The next game we're going to talk about. I know everybody's opinion of the ACC. Clemson and Virginia Tech are playing. Clemson is, while both lost this past week, the Louisville loss was just nasty for Clemson. The Syracuse loss was sad, but it was, Syracuse. It's still Syracuse, good team. Louisville's good team, but for Virginia Tech, this loss was like we were fighting, then we couldn't do it. I think that Clemson needs to prove themselves, but they're going to be going up against a team that is going to ground and pound on them and is going to fight them every step of the way. Do I think that they can do it? No. You're looking at Virginia Tech is one game away from being bowl eligible. They are probably going to do it the last game of the season. This is not a winnable game for them. As much as I like the Hokies, I've got a friend that had played for them. Clemson's looking to prove something, and unfortunately, Virginia Tech's in their way. So that's what I'm going to say on this one. So Colorado, who's 23rd in the nation, is facing off against Texas Tech, who's 6-3. Colorado is showing a lot of signs of fight in them. I think they honestly want to try for the college football playoff. They are doing far better, in my opinion. They are doing far better this season than hardly any of us thought that they would be this good. Let's just put it in that way. Texas Tech is they're fighting, but they're not one of the better schools. They're not going to be the best school in Texas, but hey, they're still 6-3. So I think both of them are wanting to fight. Texas Tech is coming off of a big win against Iowa State. And Colorado is coming off a bye week where they just came off a win from Colorado or from Cincinnati and Arizona. Their offense has been firing good. They needed this to get healthy because they've been getting beaten, banged up. Rushing yards, Texas Tech is the better team. Passing yards, Texas Tech is getting beat out pretty decently
by Colorado. Shedeur Sanders is a far better quarterback than Baron Morton. Total yards per game, Texas Tech is doing better there. I think Texas Tech is. This game is going to be a hey, do we deserve our chance at going to the conference championship? Because they can knock off Colorado and give themselves a better resume. I don't think they can do it because I think that Colorado's got a lot of fight in them right now. A lot of fight in them buffs. uh, Looking at Colorado beat Cincinnati 34-23. Texas Tech beat Cincinnati 44-41. Less defense. Arizona, Colorado 34-7. Texas Tech 28-22. See, while it looks on paper to be a better team, Texas Tech looks to be the better team. In all honesty, the Buffs got more fight in them, and I honestly think that's who's going to win this game. Okay, this last game that I'm going to talk about, I doubt very seriously that Indiana is going to lose it. It's Indiana playing Michigan. Michigan's coming into Bloomington. I don't see how Indiana can lose this game. At the same time, this is a statement game for Indiana. They need to step up and be the team that they've been all year long, and it's against Michigan. Curtis Rourke, passing yards, outrageous. Rushing yards, everybody knows that Michigan is a rushing team, but they don't have Indiana's better. Receiving. Yeah, overall, Indiana's 12th in the nation for yards per game. Every category, they're better. I honestly don't think that there's a chance that Michigan's got, but it's still a statement game because, well, it's Michigan. No matter what they are, it's Michigan. Michigan's going to be fighting. They're going to be fighting just to get a bowl game. They've got Indiana, Northwestern, and Ohio State. Northwestern is the only team that they can beat, that they can play this year to actually get a shot at going to a bowl game. But they're going to try with Indiana. I can guarantee you they're going to try with Indiana, but they ain't going to come up and do it. So that's how I think about that game. Hey, we just had an exciting week of football. We've got another week that a lot of teams can show up and do some damage. Let's see. Now, I think Colorado is fighting way too hard for them to be anything. Michigan's going to go to a bowl game, but they're not Michigan anymore. Georgia is fighting for their life. They want to go. They want that SEC championship, and they see a path for it. And they have to go through Ole Miss and Tennessee to get it. So we're going to see. We are really going to see how this season pulls out. I hope you've been enjoying this season. Y'all have a good day now. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Bye. Thank you for watching this video. I've had some fairly good success with all of my Redneck Sports stuff, and I hope you enjoyed the topic. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that rigmarole, and also just let me know what you want to hear about. I'll give a redneck spin to this stuff. Let me tell you, I love sports. So I love people that want to join me in that. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.